What is good, YouTube? DanCT860 here to give you a deck profile update on my Igknights. Took it to locals, performed pretty well. I'm starting to see some of the main weaknesses of the deck, but it's super fast. So like if you go first or you go second and they don't have any good setup for the deck, you're definitely gonna win by like second turn, especially when you open library. So let's just get into the deck profile real quick and talk about it a little bit later. 3 library, it's the best card in the deck. 1 hamster, you could play 2, I just like the 1 because its pendulum effect can only be used once during a match, duel, whatever, and that's basically the more important effect, in my opinion. For the Igknights, you run 3 of all of them. So you got the 3 Templar, you've got the 3 Paladin, those are the level 4s. Then you've got the 3 Crusaders, the 3 Squire, right? Yeah, Squire. Margrave, 3 level 5s, and then the 3 level 6s Gallant. Those are all the Igknights and the rest of the monsters that I actually play in the deck. The rest of the deck is mostly just spells. So you have to run the 3 Rotas because you search the majority of your Igknights with them. 3 Summoner's Art because you got a level 5 and a level 6. Ignition Phoenix, as it's another search card. It's an OTK enabler and really good. 3 Upstarts because it's a spell card, food for library. Same thing with Chicken Game. You don't have to run in this deck. In my opinion, it's much faster under Chicken Game. There's times where I actually don't even want it because after you OTK, when you want to go OTK and you've already used its effect to draw, if you don't draw into your like Ignition Phoenix to go over this, send it to the graveyard to play your Ignition Phoenix, you can't really OTK with this still on board. But a good card to keep digging, especially going first. And then Pot of Riches because it's a really good card in this deck. And then I only play 2 traps, which are Tyrant Throws in the main deck. This is basically a Ranganimiad with 4 overlay units under it, so it's a really good card just to lock out your opponent. And if they don't main deck the MSTs, they're just shit out of luck. For the extra deck, let's see. You play 1 Ranganimiad. People play 2. There are ways to get to 2, but I think 1 is just enough because as soon as you make 1, like first or second turn, and they have nothing to stop it or nothing to get over it, you're most likely gonna win. So just 1 of him. Then you play a bunch of other rank 4s, which are, I have Karagorgon. Karagorgon is good for protecting the Tyrant's Throws, for that. Skybuster Musketeer, 101, Ixodon Knight, Towers out in the form of Excalibur, Dweller, Gallagher Cowboy, the Ptolemaeus, and for the Ptolemaeus, you run the Diamond. Then you got the Tyrus. I play Frizzidon. It's a really good card. It's when you make Ranganimiad with like 5 under it. I actually did do it in the tournament that I went to yesterday, and the guy instantly had to scoop because he would never be able to normal summon because I'm detaching from this card's effect instead of Ranganimiad's. and so he'll never be able to normal or special a monster. Then I play the Vocosaurus, 1 Strike Mounzer, and 1 Gaia Charger. These are the only rank 5s I really play, and I only play one rank 6. The number of 6s will go up most likely when the next support cards come in. So yeah, and the Gaia Charger is really good for Vocosaurus. So yeah. Then the side deck I was running, let's see, I was playing 2 Vanity's Fiend, because you could just pendulum summon this out, and stop special summons. 2 Flying Sea actually. Burning Abyss hate, because this deck can lose pretty easy to Burning Abyss because of Fire Lake. 3 MSTs, because I'm not main decking them, so you better side them. Then I play 2 Pendulum Impenetrable to protect your pendulums from your opponent's monsters' effects, and you'll be able to destroy your own monsters for their effects. And I play 2 Dark Holes. One of them should be a Regeki. I just can't remember where I left my Regeki. And the other one's in my other deck that I'll profile soon. But yeah, this deck does have a problem with trying to get over a huge board with a bunch of beaters. Like if Necros swarm the field, especially with a Unicorn, none of my Exceeds will do anything to it unless I can beat over it. And if they got the Valk, it's just kind of like annoying. So it's much more comforting to have this for the Necros matchup. Wipe their board, go into Pendulums, and try to OTK. If they have the Valk, it's fine. I pretty much got pluses for getting their board wiped out of their monsters, and so on and so forth. And then I play 2 Imperial Iron Walls. This is still pretty decent for Necros. I don't usually side it in for Necros because my deck is pretty much fast enough to beat Necros, but if they have the answers for all the stuff, this is what it's really useful for after I like Dark Hole their field. And then 2 Royal Decree. I think if you're ever gonna side in trap cards, play trap cards in this deck, it should be minimal. So for whatever matchups you should play against that you need your trap cards in for, just swap out trap cards for trap cards. So like if you're going against Burning Abyss, you could keep the Tyrant Throws just because it affects them, but those trap cards are really annoying at the same time. So I like to put in these 2 and then keep 1 Tyrant Throw in, just because you can thin your deck out pretty much so fast that you'll eventually draw into this anyways, and if you open it, it's just golden. So that's it for the Igknight deck profile. Still gonna learn with the deck, still gonna test with the deck. It's gonna be my main deck that I play for this format until I decide to switch it up with something else, or if the ban list does something actually relevant next time it drops. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to, and peace out, YouTube.